Well, today's ball game looked pretty promising for most of the game. And it blew up. We'll talk about how that went in a little bit here. But first off, Jays lose 10-7 in 10 innings. I'm going to leave that there. Marcus Stroman was on the mound to start the ball game against Drew Pomeranz for the Boston Red Sox. And look, Stroman was amazing. I thought Marcus Stroman pitched one of his best games of the season. Problem, though, he leaves late in the game, which it looks like a blister issue. Now, I'm not sure how big the blister is and how much of an issue it is, but you thought of the situation he was in. You're up 3-1. You're in the 8th inning. You've got your setup guy, Ryan Tepera, who has been very good in that setup role coming in, and then Giles, who has looked very good as a Blue Jay so far, ready to go in the 9th inning. We'll get to how this game shaped up, all right? And it all started at the bottom of the 3rd inning with Randall Grichuk getting on, Devin Travis up, and Drew Pomeranz was really missing with his pitches. He was not throwing a lot of strikes. Gets behind 3-0 on Devin Travis, then 3-1, and then Travis gets a fastball up and in and crushes it deep and gone. 2-run shot for Devo, and the Blue Jays have a 2-0 lead. Great. But it's the Boston Red Sox. They'll always find a way to come back and, fire back at you. And as we always say, the next half inning, you always want to put up a 0. Stroman gets the first guy out, and then I think it was Andrew Benintendi hits a ground ball to Devin Travis. Now, as a second baseman, like myself, that is a tricky hop. But Travis is a Major League Baseball player. He's got to have that. And that's an error on him. Benintendi ends up on first base. Then Mitch Moreland walks. No, excuse me. I'm going to go back to that 4th inning. And yeah, he walked on 4 pitches. Benintendi up to second base. And then one of the best players in the game, J.D. Martinez, he singles to right field on an inside-out swing. They were playing him more or less in the shift. And he punches it through the right side. One reason why I hate the shift, because you're leaving holes wide open. I understand you're playing percentages, but yeesh. And Benintendi comes in to score, and there you go. It's a 2-1 ball game. So if Travis makes that play, there's 2 out and nobody on. But instead, 1 out, a guy at first base, and then all hell breaks loose for Marcus Stroman. Lucky for him, that run is not earned, but it is a 2-1 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Devin Travis stays red hot. He rips a single, and then Andrew Benintendi airmails the second baseman. Travis ends up at second base on the play. A few batters later, Travis is at third base. Problem. The good news is there's only 1 out, but Teoscar Hernandez is at the dish, very prone to strikeouts. What are we going to see here? And you're facing a guy, I think it was in the 7th inning, I think it was it Matt Barnes or Joe Kelly? I think it was Joe Kelly who was on the mound for that. And Hernandez gets a fastball and drills it to center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. runs it down. But you know what? It's way deep enough. Tag up, score. Devin Travis comes in to score on the play. You grab that 1 run right back, and you've got that 2-run lead going into the 8th inning. Marcus Stroman throwing his warm-up pitches, and before he can throw a pitch in the inning, he leaves the game with a blister. Now, I am praying it's not as bad as Aaron Sanchez's blisters. I'm hoping it's just a little tiny one that they can figure it all out as they move forward. But he leaves the game, and at that time, I was like, you know what? Tepera's been good as the 8th inning guy as of late since he's been put in that 8th inning role. Giles has been pretty good since he's come over to the Blue Jays. And Ryan Tepera has a tough time. He really does. Let's go to that inning there in the top of the 8th. He strikes out Brock Holt to start the inning. That's exactly how you want to do it. And the problem with this game, and then Sandy Leon doubles to right field. He walks Mookie Betts, and then Andrew Benintendi singles center field. Leon's not going to come in to score. Bases are loaded, and he gets Mitch Moreland to ground into a fielder's choice. Again, another tough play for Devin Travis. Gets the 1 out, but you still have the lead. I think that's the reason I was okay with him at least getting the 1 out, because we still have the lead. Next batter, J.D. Martinez, and the first pitch to J.D. Martinez. It'll haunt me tonight. Because it was right at the bottom of the zone, but it was a beautiful strike. And I'm not sure what the umpire was looking at there. And some people, and guys, I know umpires are human beings, and I know, well, it's the way he caught the ball. Don't give me that garbage, please. Sometimes, yes, it looks really bad. When a guy's setting up way inside and he has to go, whoa, way across, I get it. I get that when it's way out of the zone. All right, fine. That's hard to frame, that kind of thing. Luke Maile was there. He had it set up, and he kind of went like this. That wasn't really a whole lot of movement. Earlier in the ball game, Drew Pomeranz fires a curveball to Sandy Leon. Leon thinks it's a fastball coming, so he gets up ready to catch it, and then while he's still standing up, catches it down there, and it's still outside, but the umpire calls it a strike. Look, today, the umpire at home plate was abysmal. He was awful. That's a strike right there against JD Martinez. That makes it an 0-1 count, and you're ahead, and you can pitch well from there. Instead, it's a 1-0 count, and you can't throw him another fastball, or at least you can try, but he's ready for it, because you got to throw a strike. Instead, you throw him a curveball, try and get him to swing. He does not. It's a 2-0 count now. Now you have to throw him a fastball, and he hits a 3-run shot. And you're down 2 runs at the time. Or after that home run. That is the type of stuff that kills me. The balls that are strikes, that are blatantly obvious strikes, no frame job, no nothing. It's an actual strike and not being called. Were there a couple for the Red Sox that should have been called strikes that weren't? Absolutely. But Marcus Stroman, I felt all game was getting squeezed on many occasions. Were there times where Pomeranz and the Red Sox pitching staff was getting squeezed? Of course. But then there were times they were getting calls on both sides. The umpire was all over the place today, but he missed the actual strike calls for both teams. It was terrible. He was awful, and then the Jays are down by 2 runs now because of a missed call. That first strike changed the entire at-bat. They get him out, we still have a 2-run lead. And then this whole game looks totally different. Then we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Luke Maile doubles to center field. Solarte singles to start off the inning. And Diaz flies out, and Pilar swings at a ball in the dirt, and there's 2 out, and Solarte is still at first base. Next up, Luke Maile, he doubles to right center gap. Solarte comes in to score, and we got ourselves a 1-run ball game. And Clipper comes out in the 9th inning and actually looks really darn good. Strikes out 2 and gets a fly ball from Jackie Bradley Jr., a 1-2-3 inning for him. That's pretty good. I know it's near the bottom of the order, but hey, he got the job done. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Craig Kimbrell on the mound, guys. Crazy video, but I have to talk about some things. Craig Kimbrell, I think the number was, since coming over to Boston, he has 108 save opportunities, and he saved 99. That is only 9 blown saves as a Boston Red Sox. That is flipping amazing. And 2 batters later, after Devin Travis strikes out, Justin Smoke on a 3-0 pitch. We know he never swings at it, but not this time. Gets a get-me-over fastball right down the middle of the plate, and he crushes it deep and gone. It's a smoke bomb, but I'm not too excited because we'll talk about it in a second. And we're tied up at 5 apiece. That's great. His first home run, swinging 3-0. That's great for him. We're tied at 5s. We go to the top of the 10th inning. We're in a tied ball game. This is great. We shouldn't even be here because of this mess, but we're here. Ken Giles comes out, gets Leon to strike out to start the inning. That's great. Mookie Betts drills a ball to left center gap. Pilar lays out and it goes off his glove. He has a terrible game so far, strikes out at balls in the dirt, and then he misses a play that, I'm not saying it's an easy play, because, we're just used to him doing that kind of stuff. He makes that play, there's 2 out and nobody on. But instead, Mookie Betts runs like crazy, and it's a triple. Next batter, Benintendi. He walks. Next up, Mitch Moreland, and he's looking first pitch fastball, and he gets one, and he hits a 3-run shot. I don't know. Then Bogart singles, Mitch Moreland, and he gets JD Martinez to ground out. Oh, he could have used that last at bat to get the double play and end the dang inning, but nope. And Bogart singles, and then Jackie Bradley Jr. comes up. Think there's another home run, and it's a 5-run lead. Okay, well, that just about all she wrote for this ball game. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning, and Kevin Pillar, it's a 2-run shot. Solarte was on base at the time, but it doesn't even matter. Jays lose 10-7. Marcus Stroman leaves the game in the 8th inning. It is a 3-1 lead. Gone. Tepera and Giles. Awful today. I don't care if the umpire was atrocious for Ryan Tepera. Shouldn't have been in the situation. He should not have let that happen. Guys, Marcus Stroman went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, wasn't even earned, walked 3, but he gave up 2 hits over 7 innings and struck out 4. And Tepera gave up 3 hits and 4 earned runs. Clippard throws a great clean inning. And Giles gives up 4 hits and 5 runs in his 2/3 of an inning. So your setup man and your closer, supposed to be, were terrible today. Now theirs was, Craig Kimbrell blew another save. He's been really bad lately for the Red Sox. They still won the game. They don't care now. But as Jays fans, this hurts. If we're trying to find positives, Travis stays red hot. He was 2 for 5. Smokey stays red hot. He was 2 for 5. Solarte finally gets the bat going. He was 2 for 3. Luke Maile, the clutch man himself, he was 2 for 5. Pretty much everybody had a hit. Actually, everybody had a hit in the ball game. That's great. 13 hits for the Blue Jays. That's fantastic. But in the series where you're facing Pomeranz, Brett Johnson, I think it's Brett, and Rick Porcello, you're not facing Sale or Price. I'd like to see a win or two. I know you're playing the Red Sox, who now, with today's win, have 80 wins on the season, which is ridiculous. They're an amazing team. As much as I don't like playing them, and I hate seeing them, they're a darn good ball club. It's what it is. And positive news, Jays fans, to wrap this baby up, Vladdy Jr. was 3 for 4 in Buffalo today. They only had 9 hits and didn't score a run. He had a third of their hits. He was 3 for 4, and I think his average is now like 386 there in Buffalo. Oh, it's just beautiful. Bo Bichette, hey, he was 3 for 5 today. He's hitting over 280 now in Double-A New Hampshire. Really coming around late. Sean Reed Foley was very good for the Bisons. Couple of rough innings to start out, but really had a smooth rest of the ball game. He was good. ERA of only 3.50 for the 22-year-old Sean Reed Foley in AAA. That's good news. Guys, the prospects look great. They're getting better. We have a ton of them. Just take our time, and let's keep on going, guys. We're almost at the end of the season. I just don't want to stop playing Boston because I'm starting to get tired facing them. And Game 2 of the series goes tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch. Brett Johnson versus Mike Hauschild. Look, Hauschild, however you pronounce his name. I understand Hauschild did great against a very struggling Seattle Mariners offense, but you're now facing the best offense in baseball in the Boston Red Sox. I'm not sure what we're going to see tomorrow. Yeah, Brett Johnson on the mound. He's doing very well for the Red Sox. This might be fun. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and, I mean, the game was entertaining, I guess, at that. If you guys enjoyed the game overall, smack that like button. If you appreciate that, hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What'd you think of the game? Break this baby down for me. What'd you guys think of the whole thing? And I'll talk to you guys sometime next week, podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast, itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. It'll be a later upload. I have baseball again tomorrow night, so it'll be a later upload, guys. Probably around, honestly, I don't even know. I can't even ballpark. No pun intended. A time for you guys, but it won't be right after the game, I don't think. Could be wrong. Keep you guys on your toes. Why not? All right, so we'll talk to you guys then. Hoping for the Jays to get back in the win column. They've now lost 2 straight games. As the Jays take on the Red Sox again for Game 2 of the 3-game set. 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Brett Johnson versus Mike Hauschild. Until I hear otherwise, that's his name to me. It's like I said, 7:07 first pitch. Let's see how we can do against the Red Sox. We're going to have to wait and see. We'll talk to you guys then.